Welcome everyone to my Sunday stock watch. I hope you are all super excited for this upcoming week. We have a lot of exciting news going on and a lot of volatility in the markets, so make sure to be careful. First things first, we will go over our economic calendar. So Monday and Tuesday, we don't have a whole lot going on. I know Monday Trump is supposed to meet with the Chinese president. He's supposed to go to China. I haven't checked on this. I'm not 100% sure if it's still going to happen. So be cautious and be watching out for any sort of news to come out of that, whether good or bad. We could see the stock market move either way. Next, Wednesday is our big news. So we will have CPI on Wednesday. So that is going to be our inflation data. If you guys, do not know about that. So this will shake up markets 1000% depending on what inflation is looking like. If inflation is up month over month, you may see the markets take a little bit of a tumble. If it is down, that is a good sign that we might get an interest rate. We might get lower interest rates in the near future. Hopefully, we'll see. Thursday, then we have PPI and initial jobless claims. And then Friday, we have consumer sentiment. So Wednesday and Thursday are going to be our biggest days with all the inflation data going on. But let's get to it. So right now, the market is pretty unchanged from Friday. But again, going into this next week, I'm really uncertain of what type of range we're going to get. We could either see back to all-time highs this next week, depending on Trump and China, depending on inflation data. If we see good news out of those, the market is bound to skyrocket and we are going to see all-time highs. I have no doubt about that. So for Qs, I would be looking to see back up to 340 again if we get some 540 if we get some good news, because again, that is like our all-time high area. So we will see from there, see what goes on. But if we do get some bad news, be expecting Qs to take a little bit of a tumble. We could easily see back into 525 to even 515. We have a lot of news going on this next week. Next, let's take a look at SPY. Same sort of thing. We could see back to all-time highs once again on SPY, back to that 610 area. Both Qs and SPY are about $10 away from all-time highs. If we get good news, if we get bad news, I would be expecting to see SPY back at 575 to 580 area. So we'll see. Again, we could take a bit of a tumble if we get bad news and if Trump and China don't work out well. Tesla's actually also pretty unchanged from Friday. I know it took a very big tumble, and honestly, I would stay a bit away from this stock for a little bit until the whole Trump and Elon Musk thing cools down somewhat. That I am very uncertain about. But if we can, get them to sort of be friends, we could probably, or at least see Elon Musk stop tweeting. Hopefully we could see Tesla trading back above 300 and into 310, 315 this week. If not, again, we could easily see back down to 275 to even 270 area on Tesla if Elon Musk continues to tweet nonsense. Well, they're both tweeting nonsense. Not trying to be political here. Sorry. But yeah, they're both just tweeting crazy nonsense, and it's like, you guys gotta stop. Anyways, let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is also almost, all-time highs. We're not too far away from that. So, it really does look like our market is setting up to see those all-time highs in the near future for short term. Again, I mean this as only short term going into this next week. So right now, NVIDIA is sitting around 142.35. So slightly unchanged from Friday. It's only up a little bit from Friday close. So again, if we do get good news, we could easily see all of these names trading back at all-time highs. NVIDIA is not too far away from all-time highs. If we get bad news, be prepared to see NVIDIA back into 130 to 127 area. I do expect a hard fall if we get bad news or a bad inflation reading. I am expecting a hard fall. So we'll see. Next thing, let's take a look at coin. So coin will go to the hourly for this. As long as Bitcoin, if Bitcoin can continue higher, so we've been sitting at around 103 to 105 for like a week. if Bitcoin starts to move this next week and we get above 107 and start reaching towards 110 once again, easily could see coin trading way back higher, way back up around 265 to even 275, depending on what Bitcoin looks like. If we don't see that, coin may just sit around this 240 to 250 area and range, which is not a range that I really want to be trading in. Not going to go over Apple. Let's take a look at Meta. So Meta is also pretty close to those all-time highs. I mean, not as close as names like Nvidia, but above 700, we could easily see Meta trading back to 715, 730 area. That is what I'd be looking for, again, if we get good news. If we don't, be expecting Meta to reject the 700 area and trade back into 690 to 685. Next names that I'm looking at, let's take a look at Amazon. Someone mentioned this in my Discord, so let's take a look at Amazon. Does look pretty bullish in my opinion. Again, if we do get good news, I think Amazon is really going to rip up. We could see it back trading above 220, 225 to 230 pretty easily, honestly, in my opinion. So that's kind of what I would be looking for on Amazon. If we start to take a tumble, I'm probably not going to be looking towards trading Amazon this next week. Next name, let's go over MSTR. So MSTR, same sort of deal as coin. If Bitcoin does start, pushing up higher, I would like to see MSTR trading back above 380, 385, even reaching towards 400. We know how much MSTR moves. But if Bitcoin can't hold this area up and we start to get a retracement on Bitcoin, I would be looking to see, easily back into that 360, 350 range on MSTR. Next name I'm going to take a look at is actually going to be HIMS. I've been trading HIMS a lot, especially last week, which is pretty interesting. I believe right now, overnight market, we are sitting pretty unchanged on HIMS. We're sitting around 56.75. So nothing crazy, but I am looking to either see us, push above this area, push back into $60 to $65. And if we get some downside, we could easily see this 53 area break and see a little tumble towards $45 to $42. HIMS gets a lot of movement. So again, we'll see. Let's take a look at gold actually as well. Gold is a name that I also have weirdly been trading when the, Qs and SPY aren't really giving me too many entries. Gold has been pretty nice. So I'd be taking a look at this. I am looking, if we rally on Qs and on SPY, we already know gold is destined to have a little bit of a hard fall. So we could see gold trading back below 300, even into 295. That is what I'd be looking for with gold if we see, so right now we're sitting at 304.75 on gold. So yeah, if we do rally, would be looking towards seeing gold make a little bit of a tumble. If we do not rally, if we get some downside due to news, I will be looking at gold back above 305, reaching to that 310 area. But yeah, that is all I'm going to go over for this next week. Hope you guys enjoyed my Sunday stock watch. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, I post a lot of education on YouTube. I have my strategy posted on YouTube as well, kind of going over it and explaining it. I will make more videos on that. But also don't forget, I have my private community linked in bio, my Discord. So if you want to get in on live trading and live classroom sessions and actually learn how to day trade for yourself, make sure to join me there. But thank you, everyone.